Tucked away in Michigan's Keweenaw Peninsula lies one of the best off-road routes in the state. The Cliff Mine Trail is remote and rugged, featuring water crossings, large rocks, muddy holes, and unpredictable weather. For those brave enough to take it on, the trail rewards you with mining ruins and some truly epic views. Come along as we tackle this hidden gem.
Yep.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Trail Expedition. My name is Scott, and in this video we're going to do the Cliffs Trail and Cliff Mine Drive here in Michigan's beautiful Upper Peninsula. Stay tuned. Okay, so we've been camping in the UP for the last 3 days. I have my daughter with me. This is our makeup trip for Father's Day weekend. We try to do a trip every Father's Day weekend, but I had to work this year. So a month late, but we're doing it right now. So if you guys want to follow along with the longer journey of what we did the last 3 days, there'll be a separate video for that, but I did want to make a specific video for this trail. So this trail consists of two different trails. So it's the Cliffs and the Cliff Mine Drive. We actually did camp right at the trailhead of the Cliff Mine Drive. We just broke camp, and then we're going to start with the Cliffs first, and then we'll come back and run this trail. They're right next to each other, like literally 2 minutes down the road from each other. So anyway, we're gonna get to it. All right guys, just getting into the Cliffs Trail. One of the most notorious spots on this trail is in the very beginning. There's this water crossing, and I guess at times it can get pretty deep. Never been through here before, not sure how soft it's gonna be, so I did put the Jeep in 4-low just to be on the safe side. It doesn't look too bad.
Oh my gosh!
It's a little rocky.
Did not notice that was coming.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's got a hard bottom to it, which is nice.
I'm assuming through the years though, it's gonna get a lot softer probably.
Yeah, I would imagine in the spring months, that's probably pretty deep. I've seen videos in the past where it's been over people's tires. It was maybe halfway up our tires, so not bad.
A little bit more halfway, probably.
Heading into the trail system, I had no idea what to expect. I knew that there was a water crossing at the start of the trail, and that the trail promised old mining ruins and breathtaking clifftop views. As we ventured deeper, this trail quickly became one of my all-time favorites, and you'll soon see why. Alright, so after that initial water hole, as you pass through that, you do take a right-hand turn, and it does get into a really wooded section. It's a little tight through here. I mean, it's wide enough to get a Jeep through. If you bring a full size, you might get a little bit of scrapes and pinstriping. This trail already got really interesting. It's crazy to see big rocks like this in Michigan. I feel like Michigan doesn't really have rocks like this. Looking at the two lines, you can go right, which I think is more of the bypass, but you'd have to get really high up on the driver's side to clear that big rock. This side, there's a rock right in the middle that might catch your diff.
I'll be good. I thought it would be worse. It looked worse when we were up there.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. So as I was saying, I never see rocks that big in Michigan. Typically Michigan trails are just kind of sandy two tracks. So to see actual rocks on a trail is kind of cool to see. That's kind of, yeah, another big one up there. These are my kind of favorite trails. I love rock crawling. It's just, for Michigan, you're really not going to find it unless you're on Drummond. And, you know, obviously in parts of the UP like this. Onyx Off-Road says this is one of the hardest trails in the area. The cliffs reward you with a beautiful overlook of the Keweenaw Peninsula. This trail is not easy to navigate in a full-size vehicle and is best for high-clearance, short wheelbase vehicles with at least one locking differential. The water crossing at the start of the trail can scare off most people as it usually sits at 18 to 20 inches deep, but can rise to up over 36 inches in spring and after heavy rains. Once you navigate the water crossing, you will pass the gatekeeper, a couple of large boulders that prevent most long wheelbase vehicles from passing. If you can't make this obstacle, you will have to back down the trail to the water crossing where you can turn around. Once you pass the gatekeeper, the trail will turn very rocky with loose boulders, sand, and washouts. After this, it's a fairly easy climb to the first overlook. The second overlook is a narrow, rocky gulch up to a small camping area and overlook. So I have a feeling it's about ready to storm. It just got really dark all of a sudden. It stormed pretty good last night while we were camping, and like I said, the sky just got really dark. So this section here is kind of a rocky uphill climb area. It's got some big boulders in here. Not too bad though. It's pretty chewed up through here. You just got to find the right line and put your tires on the big rocks. Ride it up. Alright, so we're making that first big turn on the trail. Looks like it's a turn to the left. Big rock right there that we just rolled over. There's another trail to the right as well. I'm not sure where that goes. The rain's starting to pick up as well. Alright, after that left-hand turn, pretty steep uphill, and it looks like it's going to turn a little bit more to the left here. Ooh, there's some lightning. So the rain's definitely starting to pick up a little bit. We just saw some lightning as well. So this is what's nice about having Onyx off-road. I'm not sure if you guys can see Onyx down here, but there is a trail off to the right, which is not part of this cliff trail. I mean, it's not marked or anything. You can kind of see a tracing of the trail on there, but the cliff trail is to the left, so we're going to hang a left right here. That rain is starting to dump. Yep, a little bit more lightning, a lot more rain. This trail is relatively smoothed out though. Some rocks intermittently here and there, but nothing like we saw earlier. As we continued, the larger rocks gave way to water holes. The thunderstorm we drove through was short but intense, eventually turning into a light drizzle. Conditions can shift fast out here. So this trail is a little bit tighter than I was expecting it to be because it is a relatively popular trail for this area. I mean, it is really far north though, so you have to drive quite a ways just to get to it. If you don't have Onyx, you probably get lost as well, just because there's been 3 or 4 trails that have turned off from this trail that if you didn't know, like the turn that we just took was to the right, but it looked like the main trail was to the left, but if you want to stay on the actual cliff trail, you had to take that right-hand turn. Which, like I said, it definitely looks overgrown in spots. Okay, I stand corrected. So if you go, on Onyx, it didn't look like the trails connected, but they do connect. So if you hang a left right here and you take that down, it actually takes you to the spot that we camped at. But we're gonna stay straight and finish off the rest of this trail. So it's really all one big trail system. I thought it was 2 separate trails. So after you guys come to that intersection where we camped at, it's been pretty easy so far. The trail's wide open. You can get a full-size vehicle through here. It's a little rocky and there are intermittent mud holes or water holes. Everything's got a hard bottom though, and the water holes are not deep at all, just maybe a couple of inches. And honestly, they're probably just water in them because it rained last night and earlier today. After leaving that kind of more open area, looks like we're getting back into the woods. And it's crazy how much darker it is in here. So we haven't seen any of the mine ruins or anything like that yet. I don't know if it's on this main trail that's on Onyx or if it's on several of these offshoot trails, just because I've seen probably at least 5 to 10 offshoot trails. And, you know, they very well could be where the mine stuff is. I'm not really sure. Way back uphill a little bit. I feel like we've been plateaued out for a while. About 11 degree pitch, 13 degree pitch. Not too bad right here. Definitely chewed up through here. This is why you definitely need four-wheel drive when you do this trail. So this first drop into this little rutted area doesn't look too bad. However, I scouted out a little bit further down the trail, and there's another one that potentially could give me trouble. There is a bypass for it though. So I think we're going to take the bypass just for the simple fact that there's a high likelihood that it could get stuck in it. And there's nothing good, there's no trees in front of it to winch from. And that's a lot of times when I'm going through trails, I'll try an obstacle that looks difficult if I have a winch point. If I don't have a winch point, probably not going to try it. This right here is that spot I was referring to that I bypassed around it over here. Just because there's no, if there's like a tree dead center right there, I would go for it. It's just there's not. So if I get stuck in that, I'm out here by myself, so I got to play it safe. Sometimes you got to leave your ego at the trailhead and take the safer route. I always advocate for smart, thoughtful off-roading. Scouting obstacles and planning recovery options is just part of the process. So again, looked ahead, another muddy section up here, and I don't think there's a bypass for this next one. Walking this muddy section, I don't know if this is an ominous sign or not. There's an old pickup truck bed just sitting here. All right, so after walking it, it honestly didn't look all that bad. So let's take it slow and see what it does. When you look to your right.
What is that?
It's a truck bed. Wonder if someone got stuck back here and just left it.
Oh, they get the front part of the truck out there.
I don't know. Yeah, we're walking right through this. I thought it was going to be a little bit tougher than this, but
Walk
not
in the
having
park.
any issues. Not having any issues.
So walk in the park.
Walk in the park. We reached a section with active logging operations. Rather than interfere, we took an alternate route. That's the beauty of this trail system. It offers options. If you're not ready for the deep water crossing or the large boulder gatekeeper, there's a bypass you can take instead. Alright, so a little continuation, and I don't even know if this is going to make the video or not. So there is a short section of the Blue Trail that we have not covered yet, and it's actually kind of at the trailhead of where we camped, that midway point. Not even sure if this is just a bypass into the main trail or not. Not sure if it's going to take us out to any cliffs or anything. but we figure, you know what, we're here, we might as well check it out. It could be nothing. It could be just a bypass of that harder section. Little water crossing there. And then right here is where we camped last night. So we'll
There's
just
our rock.
Yep.
Bye-bye, rock.
There's our spot. So we're just
There's the rock.
gonna head up this little short section and see if there's anything up here. Just as I thought, this was just a bypass to get past that harder section that we went through earlier. Didn't really go up to anything. So we got online, and with a little bit of service that we have, and there's parking for Cliff Mine Cemetery Trailhead, Cliff Drive Lookout. So, I mean, it's got to be right here, but I think it's something we may have to walk to. So we're in the parking for Cliff Mine right now. Let's see if we can find it. I mean, we're here. We might as well try. All right, the adventure continues. See if we can find this.
Maybe not. This leads into the river.
Okay, we're not going that way.
Oh, you're gonna carry me? Oh my gosh!
Oh, geez.
I got wet.
Oh, I got wet too. There we go.
Your sock is soaking wet.
That's okay. All right, well, this looks somewhat promising maybe. But it looks like it's a hiking path. I think that's, oh, okay, this is some of the, so this is some of the buildings, hon. There's one here. Look at that over there. Okay, so this is all the old mining stuff. How about that? We found it. Some of the old foundations. Really cool. Check this out.
I like the old mining place.
Yeah.
It's cold over there.
Awesome. So it does look like the trail goes up that way. And there's more ruins up there. Let me just climb right up here. Wow, this is cool. It's like a corridor or something. I think maybe we go through there. This is cool.
There's like a pipe.
Yep.
There's a pipe. Let's go check that out.
To your right, there's, looks like more structure. Oh, what's that? That is cool.
Pillar. Looks like a pillager tower from Minecraft. I dare you to go in there.
I don't know if you can. This path is not really well marked. I mean, you can barely see where people have walked through. But as you can see, it's like it's not well maintained at all. We're still trying to find the lookout. We did find the ruins, which is down on the base over here. You have to walk out to it, and then you had to park and then walk out. But we still are trying to find the Overlook. So I don't know. We got to find it. We're almost there. We're so close. We were set on finding that cliff overlook. We'd come this far for the ruins and the view. Turning back wasn't an option. So back into the trail system we went. All right, guys, we backtracked through the trail again, through all the hard stuff, and I think we found the Overlook.
Ooh.
I think we found it.
You better not go any closer to that, mister.
We're there. We finally found it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, goes down one more drop. Finally made it to the Overlook. Well, is it worth it?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. Clifton, Michigan, nestled near the trail, was once a booming mining community founded around the Cliff Mine, which was the first successful copper mine in the region. It thrived during the mid-1800s copper boom, but faded after the ore ran out. Today, Clifton is a ghost town, with echoes of the past still visible along the cliff drive.
The Rubicon! Did it wave?
Hey. Fantastic. You been here? Yeah, this is our first time actually. Oh, okay. We took that way in, and it's there's some technical stuff through there. Have you guys gone through that way yet?
I didn't know there's two lookouts. So yeah, right up here you'll turn left and go right up in here, and that's but it's rock crawling. Oh, nice. It is nice. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. Take care. It's nice meeting you guys. What was your names? Mike and Christy Hamburg.
Okay, I'm Scott.
Oh, Scott.
Nice to meet you guys. So we just talked to those other Jeepers, Mike and Christy Hamburg, super nice people, and they were telling me, so Quinn and I were actually just on our way out of this trail, but they said there's another area up here that's got another awesome overlook and some really cool rock scramble, rock garden. It's not, I mean, it just deviates from the main trail, so hey, we're here. Let's knock it out real quick, and then we'll hightail it out here. Mike had me at rock crawling, a rare commodity in Michigan. While we went after that, we gave Mike and Christy directions to the mining ruins that they were seeking. That's the great thing about the off-road community, sharing tips, exploring, and helping each other experience both nature and history. Mike was right. This section is pretty cool. Some big rocks to crawl up. Get your tires up on.
I like it too.
So there's another loop to that other section. So we're taking that easy loop in, and then we'll take the harder loop out. The other side of that loop, and it's uphill, and definitely looks like some slick rock. Two.
22 is the highest?
22 is the highest I saw. So we're right there, and I walked this trail a little bit further, and it doesn't look like it really goes through. There's a couple turnaround spots, but really good view. But I'm not going to come up here to try to turn around in this little tight section when I have more room down there. So got to get this truck turned around in this tight spot. Yes, trying to turn around a long wheelbase rig on a tight wooded trail. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Austin Powers 18-point turn, but we got it. Oh, let's get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
I know these rocks are slick, and that's the thing I'm worried about, is it pushing me into some of these trees. That's the thing about Michigan wheeling, are the trees. Oop, I just scratched my top on that tree there. All right, guys, and that is a wrap on the Cliff Mine Trail. This trail was a lot of fun. It's honestly probably one of my favorite trails in Michigan. It's all the way up here, all the way north. It takes like 8 hours to get up here, so that's why we don't get up all that often. But for Michigan trails, I mean, it's rocky, it's technical. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. We will catch you guys in the next one.
And keep watching Trail Expedition.
What she said.